Just a little warning, every time I try to get loud, my voice cracks and it hurts my throat so bad. I normally sound way more enthusiastic, but I hope you guys are doing well and having a great day today. We've got a good bit of Apex news to discuss. The more I speak, I feel like it kind of gets a little easier. My voice is cracking and it sounds really weird, so hopefully you guys could just deal with it. From the Apex Legends developers possibly punishing some of these Apex pros for things that they've been doing, from EA deciding to ban people for something so stupid, and a terrible YouTuber take regarding 3-stacking pubs in Apex Legends. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new as always, and don't forget I'm giving away a Seer heirloom. All you gotta do is make sure you have liked, commented down below, and subscribed. So firstly, I definitely had to mention this. This is probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen over on my Twitter timeline. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Apex drama, so of course I've probably seen something a little stupider, but this is unbelievable. You guys know that the matchmaking situation in Apex has always been pretty bad. We have constantly been asking for changes, for Respawn to maybe even update to skill-based matchmaking and so many different things for them to do to make the experience a little bit better. And some people have even suggested maybe the solo queue experience should be prioritized. But for the most part, if you've ever been an Apex Predator or a Masters player, you kind of know that it's always been frowned upon for people to 3-stack pubs, especially if you're a high rank. Pubs have always kind of been a place to be casual if you're a really good player, kind of sweaty maybe if you're a bad player. If you got a 3-stack and you guys are all good at the game, I mean, you really just need to be playing ranked. Now, this is the take that I wanted to mention. This was coming from Bernice over on Twitter. He's an Apex Legends YouTuber. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name. It's been a while since I've covered this guy. He is definitely no stranger to the Apex drama world, but this is the tweet that he made. And thank you to Nico for tagging me in this over on Twitter. It said, "This is an unpopular opinion." Yeah, no kidding. There is nothing wrong with stacking in pubs. Yeah, that's definitely an unpopular opinion. He followed it up by saying games are for fun and it's not about being the best. Stop hating on others for enjoying a game that they are playing with their friends. The issue is the matchmaking, putting solos versus stacks. I do think that this post could have two partial truths at the same time. I think matchmaking is a big issue to discuss here. Should we have a solo queue public match? Should we have a stacks queue match? I think the idea in theory sounds great, but there's definitely not going to be enough players to support that in my opinion. And I may have some viewers that do this, but if you guys are 3-stack Apex Predator in public match, I'm sorry, you are weird. And in my mind, it will always be cringe. But if you do have a different opinion, let me know down below. I'm open to a discussion. Now, the main topic that I wanted to discuss today was this interaction between senior producer Josh Medina with some Apex pros as they were calling out other Apex pros for leaking information that was play tested. So you guys know that if you've watched Apex over the last year, you'll know that there's been a big shift in the way that content is delivered. Many times back in the day, it was a lot of data mining that took place and a lot of speculation based on what the code in the file said. If you re-listen to what I just said, you'll hear my 11-month-old in the background babbling. Just, you know, politely ignore it. I mean, she's a part of it. We have kind of taken a shift from a lot of the content being data mined over to a lot of insider leaks. So a lot of the leaks that we have now are not necessarily just from data mined files that we saw. A big issue that Apex has had recently has been more so players that are trusted to playtest have been leaking information out. And it does look possible that we might have some punishments for that coming eventually. So thank you to RE Death for tagging me in this over on Twitter, and this is quite a long read. Oh, the coach for Pro Team Sentinels, his name is Tech, and he is a former pro player. He actually made the tweet yesterday that an unpopular opinion, but if you're in the pro league, you should not be able to get access to the next season playtest, because you get so much extra information 6 to 12 weeks before that info drops and can have all the time to prepare and plan and adjust for it, and it's not fair to all the pros who do not have the access. Pro player on Team X said Nocturnal responded and said, "Double-edged sword, unfortunately, the game wouldn't be half as good if it did not currently have the pros that volunteer to playtest." And Tech responded, said, "It's a good point to make. With that being the case, every ALGS Pro League team should be allowed at minimum one representative for early access playtest. Only way to maintain the integrity." And the Nocturnal responded to the biggest problem that we have, you guys know, recently with the massive amount of leaks that have been given, is that people are liabilities and not trustworthy even with the NDAs. It's an unfortunate system that requires a lot of trust. And Zara Tricky on Team Furia said, "I mean, all the people who got invited anyway anyway aren't even trustworthy with NDAs. Might as well just open it up to others. And Josh Medina responded here with the eye emoji, as he always does. Now, Josh Medina is notorious for dropping the eye emoji, meaning that something is up. The question is, what exactly is going on? So considering that he replied to Zeratricky's response, I was thinking maybe this will be opened up to other people. But as I read the responses here, it seemed like that was not the case at all. And actually, it was indicating that maybe there are some consequences and punishments coming for these people that are constantly leaking this. Even with one of the responses saying Josh has his lawyers ready. Keep in mind, I would not be surprised because we also saw some YouTubers get copyright striked by EA for some certain leaks that were made in the past. But regardless, it does seem promising and likely that there are some internal discussions regarding what Zeratricky said. The fact is, it is about the second part saying might as well open it up to others, or it is about the first part saying that people that are invited are not trustworthy with NDAs either. You obviously know they're not going to open up the playtest for other people that can't be trusted. I think it's more likely that they will have some sort of punishment for these pro players that keep getting invited and keep leaking stuff regardless of NDAs. Now, I also want to bring some insider information here regarding how this system works. So yes, these guys do seem to be confirming, especially Nocturnal. I don't know if he's a part of these playtests or not, but I would say that it seems like these guys are actually signing NDAs. But also remember that the playtest is a different event than the early access event for the season, which is usually like 2 weeks before the season launches. So this is not the same thing that I partook of in the season 11 event. I did want to inform you guys that when I was a part of that season 11 access event, I was not required to sign an NDA form, but I will also promise you guys I never leaked a single thing. But because the pro player playtest events are way different and way more information included than what these early access events are, I would probably say they maybe are signing NDAs. With all of the crazy insider information that has been leaked out over the last months and maybe even a year at this point, it will be interesting to see how they decide to punish these people that are actually doing it. If that is, they can even find out who is doing it. Now, before we talk about this last subject, I just want to apologize that I have a deep tone in every single thing that I say. There's been a couple times I've had to clip the recording and restart it because every time I try to get excited like this and I get my voice up, it seems very, very likely that my voice just keeps cracking like this. And it's just obviously annoying. Some might say I probably shouldn't even have made a video today, but regardless, I can't stop the grind. I mean, it's just built within me. Lastly, I just really wanted to mention this and see if any of this has happened to you guys as well. This was over on the Reddit page and I saw this from Trash over on Twitter, and thank you to Noah for tagging me in it. But apparently there has been a ridiculous amount of crazy, stupid bans. Now, we know that the chat logs have been so messed up and the EA has been banning people for very, very stupid things. Even the mere mention of certain names will get you banned, regardless if you're talking about in a negative or positive connotation. So this guy had a conversation with his teammate in the game saying, hey, can you drop a bat? Just one bat, LOL. And he got banned for it. Now, I know this may seem minor, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because this has been a massively repetitive issue that keeps occurring over and over. And I think it's like a week ban for something so stupid. People should not be taken away from the game for a week for false bans like this. And it's not even a ban from the chat. It's literally being banned from even playing. EA has definitely got to get it together when it comes to this. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comment section below. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel. It would definitely encourage me with my voice like this. It's so bad. And don't forget to enter into the Seer Heirloom giveaway as always. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. And until next time, I'll see you later, Gators.